this might surprise you. According to our commander-in-chief, the greatest threat to our servicemen and women, it's not China, it's not Russia, it's not Iran or North Korea, it's not radical Islamic terrorists, it's not nuclear war. No, according to President Sippy Cup Joe, the greatest threat to our military is global warming, and he was not joking. Take a look.
We must all commit to an ambitious climate action if we're going to prevent the worst impacts of climate change, limiting global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius, and lead the global transition to clean energy technology. You know, when I went over in the tank in the Pentagon, when I first was elected vice president with President Obama, the military sat us down to let us know what the greatest threats facing America were, the greatest physical threats. This is not a joke. You know what the Joint Chiefs told us the greatest threat facing America was? Global warming.
Okay, in just a few days, that guy will sit down with the hostile actor from the hostile regime of Russia, Vladimir Putin, you know, the country that just hacked our energy and our beef industries. And I fear that Vladimir will eat Joe's lunch, embarrass us all. That is not good for this country. It is not good for the world. And Vladimir will see what we all see, that Joe Biden is frail, weak, and a cognitive mess who can do little more than read far-left talking points on a teleprompter, and he actually struggles to do that. But believe it or not, as Vice President Kamala Harris, well, she might actually be even more incompetent. I know, hard to believe, because her trip to Latin America was an unmitigated disaster, and Biden's border czar struggled to answer basic questions about the border crisis. She doesn't seem to understand what's actually going on at the border. She flat out refused to actually visit or commit to visiting the border. Oh, I haven't been to Europe either. I haven't been to the moon either. And she was openly criticized and lectured by Latin American leaders both before, during, and after her trip. It was so bad, even fake news CNN, even they were complaining. One headline reading, quote, Kamala Harris is having a bad week and it's only Wednesday. Even White House staffers were, according to reports, multiple reports, quote, perplexed by Kamala's terrible performance. One Democratic strategist telling The Hill, quote, she will be haunted by this trip and this issue for as long as she is in politics. And needless to say, Kamala's trip to Guatemala and Mexico didn't do a single thing to solve the crisis. Now, if she actually bothered to visit the border, she could see the situation with her own two eyes. I've been there, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 times. Helicopter, horseback, all-terrain vehicle, out on foot, watching people arrested, drug warehouses, tunnels. Yeah, I learn more every time I go. If anyone from the White House is watching this program tonight, maybe you can show it to Kamala so she can learn something. Griff Jenkins, yeah, he was in the middle of the Rio Grande all day, and all around him were migrants just wading across the river, broad daylight. You're looking at a nonstop, never-ending stream of migrants just walking right into the country. Nobody's turning them away. They get the help of human traffickers, Mexican cartels, operating in broad daylight and breaking our laws and not respecting our borders or sovereignty. They're not being turned away. They're not being sent back. Instead, these migrants, including many elderly individuals, young children, they're now being housed and fed, and they get their health care and education with your hard-earned tax dollars, all because Joe and Kamala both told them to come and promised a pathway to citizenship. We'll have well over 2 million illegal immigrants cross this border illegally this year. That'll be a 20 to 30-year record. In doing so, they are disrespecting everything regarding our laws and our Constitution. They're enriching the cartels. They're costing all of us a fortune. They are cutting the line in front of legal immigrants who are jumping through hoops to do it the right way and follow the law. But Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, no, they're unable, unwilling to solve the crisis. They're actually aiding and abetting the law breaking. As a result, they're hurting the country. Here, hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.